Welcome back to my channel. In this video, more information has surrounded, I guess, what has been known as an epidemic of gambling um, situations involving the two college football Iowa teams and the Cyclones and the Hawkeyes. Four more Iowa State football players and three more members of the Iowa football program have been charged in the state's investigation into sports wagering, which alleges that the several athletes placed bets on games in which they played. State's investigation, damn! So they got the whole state of Iowa government against them, according to complaints filed Thursday in district courts for Story and Johnson counties. By the way, this was reported by Adam Rittenberg, and this was article was made on August 10th. And I'm saying this because as of right now, I'm recording this on August 16th, so I don't want people to get the dates confused. So, the players faced a charge of tampering with records and an aggravated misdemeanor for allegedly concealing their identity in electronic wagering activities. The group includes Iowa State running back Jarrell Brock and three teammates with starting experience: offensive tackle Jake Remsburg, defensive tackle Isaiah Lee, and tight end Deshaun Hanukkah. Iowa receiver Jack Johnson was also charged, as were former Iowa players Arlen Bruce IV, Reggie Brace, who transferred to Oklahoma State and then Troy, respectively. Iowa State student manager Owen O'Brien was charged as well. All four ISU athletes charged on Thursday have not been practicing. Oklahoma State said Bruce has been practicing with the team this month. Iowa had no comment on Johnson other than say it continues to cooperate with the investigation. The charge carries a maximum sentence of up to 2 years in prison and a fine ranging from $855 to just a little bit above $8,540 to be exact. According to the NCAA's updated guidelines on gambling, athletes who wager on their own sports or others at their school can face a permanent loss of eligibility. Another group of Iowa State and Iowa athletes was charged earlier this month in the state's investigation, including Iowa State projected starting quarterback Hunter Deckers. I did a video covering on that. More than a dozen athletes have now been charged in the probe. Since becoming aware of potential NCAA eligibility issues related to sports wagering by several of our student athletes back in May, Iowa State University has been actively working to address these issues with the involved student athletes, and the process remains ongoing. Iowa State sent a statement. We will continue to support our athletes as our compliance staff works with the NCAA to sort out questions surrounding their future eligibility for athletics competition. According to an affidavit by ESPN, Brock made 1,327 online wagers, totaling more than $12,000 under a DraftKings account associated with a non-athlete. His wagers included 3 games in which he participated last season against Iowa, Kansas State, and Texas Tech. Brock, who allegedly made 13 wagers on ISU basketball games, has been held out of Iowa State's preseason practices this month for undisclosed reasons. Bruce and Bracy are alleged to have worked together in placing wagers while underage, using a DraftKings account registered to Vincent Bruce, who is over 21. Bruce, who started at wide receiver in portions of the past 2 seasons, made 11 wagers on games he played during. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, that's starting to annoy me. Sorry, where was I at? He made 132 online wagers, totaling more than $4,342. According to the affidavit, Bruce bet the under points in a total in a game against Northwestern and in the 2022 Music City Bowl against Kentucky. An Oklahoma State spokesman told ESPN that the school is aware of the situation involving Bruce and continuing to gather information. Bracy, who appeared in 14 games at Iowa, allegedly made 66 wagers while totaling $715 while underage, including bets on games in which he played against Michigan and South Dakota State last season. In a statement Thursday, Troy said Bracy has been suspended from all team-related activities as a result of the allegations against him. Lee, a defensive lineman at ISU, is accused of placing wagers on a FanDuel account registered to his fiancee, including 21 including 21 involving 12 Iowa State games in which he played during 2021, 2022. He made a money line wager on Texas against Iowa State in the game that ISU, excuse me, won 30-7. Sorry about that. That was a yawn. According to an affidavit, Hanukkah used his mother's DraftKings account to place 70 wagers on the Iowa State basketball games and 288 total mobile and online wagers, totaling more than $1,262. Remsburg used his mother's online account to make 273 wagers with 6 NCAA events involved. He told investigators he made the wagers under his mother's name to avoid NCAA penalties and that he was aware of NCAA rules prohibiting athletes from gambling. Attorney Mark Weinhardt said in a statement to ESPN that Hanukkah will enter a not guilty plea. Johnson is accused of making wagers using under his mother's DraftKings account, including 2 Iowa games, one in 2021, one in last year, in which he did not play. He allegedly made 380 wagers, totaling more than $1,800 while underage. O'Brien is accused of making more than 350 wagers while underage, using his mother's FanDuel account, including 3 on Iowa football games while he was on staff last season. It's amazing to me how stupid every single one of these individuals are, not just in college football, but in football period, how they can be so stupid to bet on a sport that they're participating in, knowing that the consequences are so severe. So, like I said in the Hunter Decker's video, uh, any professional athlete that bets on his own sport or should be, quite frankly, should be banned from their sport because you're jeopardizing the pot because you're putting out an idea, an insinuation that there could be a chance that the integrity of the outcome of the sporting events that you participate in is compromised, predetermined, and completely manufactured outside of genuine competition. So these guys got what they are getting what they deserve. And anybody that's and from now on, the NCAA and really any professional sports organization needs to levy up the punishment on these guys that do this. You know, Pete Rose in Major League Baseball has never been allowed to be in contact with anything related to the MLB again because of his gambling, um, because of his gambling addiction and his gambling involvement while he was a manager for the Reds. Quite frankly, these guys got what they got, and no sympathy from me. So that's there it is. There's the video. More idiots gambling on their own sport.